palm reading of a particular person who is a male, and we would be reading his particular hand. Before I start the video, I would request you to press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update. You can call me or you can email me. These are the phone number and the email that are mentioned on the screen. You will notice out here that this person has a prominent Mount of Venus. I just explained to you what the meaning of Mount of Venus is. Mount of Venus is the area of your desires. And if a Mount of Venus is prominent, the chances are that the person is likely to have huge amount of desires. And in the earlier portion of our life, everybody says that they have got huge amount of desires, but as they are growing older, their desires are dipping. But a person who has a prominent Mount of Venus, the chances are that their desires are going to remain like they are right at the early stages of their life. So even when they grow old, their desires remain. So the chances and the probability for success increases for such person. One of the most important lines that are there on the hand are the perpendicular lines that you see under the little finger, the Mercury finger. These lines are very, very important kind of lines, and these lines basically signify if the person has got any set of skill. A person who has got good set of skills, the chances for their success increases. So you would notice out here that the person does have these perpendicular lines under the finger of Mercury, and people who have these perpendicular lines, it basically means that the person is likely to sharpen their skills. A person who sharpens their skills, the chances for their success increases. These lines basically signify that the person is good at mathematics, calculations, communication. See, calculations need not be purely maths. The calculation could be in any form. Just when you're playing cricket, example, when you're playing cricket, so you have to look at the ball and understand what kind of a ball is being played. So the person who has got good set of skills, the chances of them making mistakes are going to be less. So it's also the area of your communication. So these people communicate in the best possible way, and these people basically what they happen is that they never miscommunicate with people. So miscommunication and miscalculations come from this particular area of Mercury. If a person has got crisscrossing lines under out here, then the chances for mistakes basically increases. So in this case, you would notice that there are just perpendicular lines. There are no crisscrossing lines under the finger of Mercury. So that's the reason why the person would be able to communicate and calculate in the best possible way. You would notice out here that the person does have a few upward lines from the heart line moving towards the Mount of Saturn. Any line moving towards a finger is generally considered to be an excellent sign, and if a person does have these particular lines that are there, these small lines that are moving towards the Mount of Saturn or any other finger, upward lines is always considered to be a good sign. And in this particular specific case, it could mean upliftment. And upliftment from whom? Probably some relation, or it could be a business relation, it could be a personal relation, or something or the other. The person does have these downward lines also. Downward lines are considered to be a little bit negative compared to the upward lines, and upward lines are beneficial and downward lines are considered to be a little bit negative. These lines are a little bit negative. These lines basically that are hanging down from the heart line towards the headline, these are a little bit negative. What they bring is that they bring in attachments bringing in expectations are not fulfilled. That's the reason why disappointments might creep in. Joining branches or upward branches are a very good sign in palmistry in the fate line or the money line. I would just explain to you regarding this particular aspect. You would notice in this particular aspect that in the fate line, you would notice that there is a joining line out here, and it's joining the main fate line. This is the main fate line. I'm just going to remove them. So this is the main fate line, and another line is joining in, and it's starting on the Mount of Moon. Whenever a branch from the Mount of Moon joins the main fate line, it signifies that the person is likely to get benefits from unknown people, and the person could also get benefit from staying far away from their birthplace or in a foreign country or trading or service industry. Any of these aspects might play out in a good way. The line of fate is joining, this branch is joining in somewhere close to the intersection of the head and the money line. So this age is approximately age 35. So this portion of the fate line is before the age of 35. So probably the age I'm mentioning out here at this particular point, the age is approximately going to be 30. So when the line of branch that joins into the main fate line, that signifies benefits coming to this particular person during that particular portion of life. So consider money line, the fate line, to be a river and another tributary joining into the main fate line. So the flow out here basically increases. So these lines are considered to be beautiful lines, and apart from that, even these upward lines that you find out here towards the end, these are also considered to be a good sign. You would notice a V or a Y like thing pointing towards a finger, and this V or Y is considered to be good. It's pointing towards three mounts. One is Jupiter, the other is Sun, and the third is Saturn. Saturn is for money, Jupiter is for position and power, and this area is for creativity, art, music, and this is also the area of risk-taking abilities. You would notice also that the person does have, you would also notice that these V or Y, the meaning of V or Y is basically something like this, that energies penetrate the fingers, and when they enter the palm, they get accumulated in this V. So this portion of life becomes significant portion where a V or a Y is formed. So the portion of life where this V or Y is getting formed is approximately after the intersection of the heart line and the money line. So this intersection is age 53. So the age when things are going to improve even further is going to be after the age of 53. So probably the age of 55. That's when things are going to improve remarkably. Let us know the meaning of sunline. The meaning of sunline is, you would notice that there are various categories of sunlines. A dim sunline signifies doubts. Strong sunline means energizing your work. Generally, many people, many palmists, they have got a different take regarding the sunline. People think that the sunline gives name and fame, and it is also the line of luck. I basically have a different take of it. I don't disagree with the other palmists, but my take is that the sunline is all about energizing your work, just like the sun. I'm just going to remove this particular slide and just show you what the sunline is signifying. Out here, what we find is that this is the sunline, and you would notice that this is the headline and this is the heart line. So this portion of the life is before the age of 35. This portion is 35 to 53. This portion, this intersection is 53, and this portion is after the age of 53. This is basically, we are talking about the sunline. And the sunline, you would notice that there is much more depth, much more clarity after the age of 53, and there's also a V or a Y like formation towards the end. This V or a Y is considered to be an excellent sign, as I've already explained to you regarding the fate line. There was a V or a Y out here. So same meaning gets applied even to this particular aspect. The dim line that you see out here is the line of doubts. When the line is dim, it certainly would give the person success, but it would kind of create doubts within this particular person, and that's the reason why the person would not be able to reach their full potential. Although this is all said and done, there are many other aspects to the palm reading. In spite of having a dim or a dull kind of a line, still the person can be successful, because it's not one aspect that is taken into account in the palm reading. It's an overall aspect that is taken into the palm reading. So one aspect, one good sign would not give you success. It's a combination of many other aspects on your palm that can give you success or failure. Although I am coming to this particular portion of the palm reading towards the end, but this is a very, very important aspect. A strong structured hand, it means strength in all aspects of your life. It basically means good hold over people, money, and resources. I'm going to just explain to you regarding this particular aspect because this is one of the most important aspects to refer to. If a person has got a strong bone structure in the fingers and the palm, and there's reasonably good padding over the mounts, it signifies richness. Richness is not necessarily only in terms of money, but it is also in terms of content. So if a person is rich in content, the chances for their success increases because they are rich in content, and they have got a wider knowledge. Apart from wider knowledge, they also are able to manage people in a much better way. They also manage money resources for themselves and for their company in a much better way. Even with, see, nobody has got unlimited resources. Everybody has got very limited kind of resources. So to use those resources in an effective way comes from the strong structured hand. If a person has got a weak structured hand, even in spite of having the best possible line, even then the chances for their success is not so great. So a strong structured hand strengthens the lines that are seen on the palm, and it is an excellent sign to have. And basically it signifies that the chances for these people are going to be, however difficult the circumstances are going to be, they would be able to manage and get out of it and make the best out of a very adverse kind of a situation. So this is a very, very important aspect I should have put in the earlier portion, but I'm putting in towards the end. One more thing I need to add out here is that people want to know about money, possessions, and wealth. We can come to know about money from almost all aspects of our palm. It could be our heart line, our head, life, sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or any other line. And apart from that, the importance of money line is just 15% in terms of how much money we will be making in our life. And a saint once said, you do not need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what we are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company. That's what matters the most. Bye and take care. You can contact me, and you can press the bell icon, and you can ask your questions down below in the comment section. I would certainly answer you, and do subscribe to my channel. Bye and take care.